In a quaint little home, a woman puts up the last of the dishes. She looks into the living room where her two children sleep in front of the television. She carefully carries each child to their bed and tucks them in with a kiss and says, "I love you." The children remain silent. The woman goes into a room where her husband is. He lies on the bed quietly, waiting for his wife. The woman smiles lovingly at her husband as she slides beside his cold form. He'd been sick for a month and required extra care now. In fact, earlier that day she had helped him bathe and remove the filth from his body. It was always so messy. Kissing her husband deeply, she tells him goodnight as she pulls the covers over the cold bodies. In a peaceful little home, the woman finishes the last of the morning's dishes. Then there came a knocking on the door. The woman answers the door. A man in a blue police officer stands. "Excuse me, ma'am. We've received a missing persons report for your husband and children." "Oh, sir, that's silly. They're right here, see?" The woman allows the cop to enter her house and see her children watching television in the living room and her husband at the table reading his newspaper. The cop nearly chokes on his words at the sight. "Ma'am, your family is dead." "No, they're not. They're perfectly fine. Perhaps we should take this into the kitchen." The woman leads the officer to the kitchen. The cop decides to take another approach. "Ma'am, perhaps we should go to the station so we can straighten things up for the missing persons report." The woman smiles pleasantly again. "May my husband come? Oh, and I really must take the children. I don't have a babysitter, and my husband is much too ill to keep them out of trouble." "It would be for the best if you left them, ma'am." The cop looks at the woman pityingly. "You're lying!" the woman suddenly screams. "You don't believe me! My babies are alive! My husband is still alive! They weren't murdered! They weren't!" The woman takes a large knife from the counter and stabs the officer several times as she screams at him, sobbing. In a happy little home, the woman puts up the dishes from lunch. Her husband's brother had come for a visit, much to the delight of her husband and children. He was a police officer and was telling them that they should be careful because there was a murderer and rapist out there targeting families. The woman sat at the table next to her husband and looked at his brother, who was messier than her husband and ended up getting ketchup all over the front of his uniform. The woman told him that they would be careful, especially since they were going to have a baby. It was almost a month into her pregnancy, about the same time that her husband and children had become ill.